Do you struggle with writing sales copy for your website, your blogs, your sales funnels, even social media accounts? Well, if you're like me and you fall in that category, this video is for you. I have something very special to share with you today. Now, if you're brand new here, my name is Monty Weaver. I hope you navigate this world of digital, tech, and social media. And today I'm going to interview and have my buddy of mine, Andrew, share with you a cool new software that just came out at the end of 2020 that is going to do all the heavy lifting when it comes to writing copy. No matter what your industry is, whether you're in the ministry space, entrepreneur, small business owner, we all need to write copy in some form. And AI is really taking over, and I'm big on making sure that I stay ahead of the curve, knowing what's out there to help us use our time more wisely. Now, make sure you stay to the end of the video because there is going to be a link in the description where you can get started using this software. So I hope you guys enjoy this training, and I look forward to seeing you at the end. All right, we are live. So what's going on, everybody? We are here getting ready to look at something I'm excited to learn more about. With all these tools and softwares, things become easier for us to actually get things done that actually look good. And I think about graphics, obviously, because I'm talking to my good friend, Andrew Lang, who is a graphics guru, in my opinion. You're a graphics guru. You're also someone that's helped me put together coaching programs, online courses. And now that I've followed you for quite some time, I kind of know the different arsenals, tools that you have at your disposal. And you reached out to me and shared this one with me. And this was probably my favorite so far because it's technology that I've been looking at, this artificial intelligence technology, and specifically more so around verbiage and using words. When we first talked about this, I thought back to my high school days when I took AP English, and I dropped out of AP English because trying to write sentences and words that are captivating is just not my thing. And I think about the audiences that we both have. We talk to entrepreneurs and business owners and coaches, and trying to express your message in words. I actually got off just a meeting talking about this. Trying to express your message through words can be difficult sometimes. And I'm so happy that you reached out to me so that we can share this with more people. So without further ado, Andrew, quickly introduce yourself, man. And I'm excited to get into looking at the new wave of technology here.
Thanks, Monty. Yeah, I'm so glad to be here. I'm a huge advocate right now for sharing this technology because from what I found for myself, it's making a huge difference in my business and for all my clients and customers. They're literally freaking out about it because it's like magic. It's so fun to see where we are right now in human history and what technology can do for us. It's empowering us in so many ways. And sure, we could look at all the negative things or the potential bad things that might happen. But for me, I'm a very optimistic person, and I try to focus on the positives and how we can use these tools to empower us to be more creative and to turn our ideas and our vision into reality. So my background is for over 10 years now. I've been an entrepreneur, building businesses. I built a software company, and my passion really is graphic design, visual branding, content creation. So I'm a very creative visual person. But what I have found in my career is working with good copywriters has been where I've succeeded the most. So having help from someone who can articulate a message and make a compelling statement gives me the ammo that I need to then make it look visually appealing and get on camera and talk it out and share it on sales pages and marketing emails and social posts. So having that raw content to work with has made my life easier. But the last couple of years I went on my own. So I'm kind of a solopreneur again. And I'm finding I'm spending so much time trying to learn how to write good sales copy, understanding sales messaging frameworks, like how to write better headlines, how to position your thoughts in a way that is interesting to your customer and will get their attention, their interest, move them into action. And that's just not something that comes naturally to me. I've always been never been a fan of Twitter because I stare at the screen and like I can't think of even 2 words to write that would make any sense. And like, I'm never happy with it. So all this stuff that we have to do as business owners to, whether it's you're trying to make money or just get your message out there and start a movement and inspire people to take action, nonprofits, churches, anyone, we all have the same challenge. It's how do we take what we know is helpful and valuable and our life's work really, and position it in a way that's going to capture the imagination and the attention of our audience, and then move them into action. And so to me, the copywriting is something that I'm really focused on figuring out. That's what led me down this path of finding this new technology that literally writes words for you. It understands your customers for you. It's incredible what we have access to right now. This is billion-dollar technology that what they've done is they've taken basically 10% of the internet, they've crunched into a supercomputer, and this computer then is trained to learn from all the data, basically in the universe right now, everything that we've been uploading for the last 20, 30 years. It's learning from us and it's helping us to write words. So this is technology. The one that we're talking about today is a software platform that utilizes an API from a company that's called OpenAI. It was backed by people like Elon Musk. There's billions of dollars invested into this platform, and they've opened it up so that people like us can access it. Unlike what Facebook, Google, IBM, Amazon, they're all using the same kind of technology, but they're doing it behind closed doors to make billions of dollars. The average person like us, we don't have access to that. But now, as of last year, we do. And now it's an opportunity for us to figure this out and learn how to use it for ourselves. So these software platforms, like we're going to talk about today, are going to make it easier for us to interface with that technology and literally just type in a couple words and boom, is going to give us materials to work with.
That's incredible. Like I like to be like 6 months ahead. And I think this is just one of those platforms where I think when people get to see this and how fast it works and how the output is like top notch, it's not just going to be something that, oh, you have to go in and redo again. Like, no, this is like, you can use this right now. I think people are going to be blown away by this. No matter what they're using it for, social media ads, blog posts. I know even on my course pages, sometimes I'm trying to figure out what to write to get someone's attention that makes them want to take the next step. And I spend way too much time doing it, where now we have tools like you're about to show us today that makes this like stuff just getting way too easy now for us to just use.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, why don't we? Yeah, man. It's well, that's the thing is like, is this going to replace all of us? For now, not really. What it's going to do is help us move past that deer in headlights, like writer's block, no ideas in our head, to boom, like all these ideas coming back at us. It's like having someone. It's like hiring a full-time writer. Yeah. Who is professionally trained on the best way to craft a message. And they've researched everything about your business, and they've spent years researching your target market. So it's like they've done 10,000 phone calls with your ideal customer, and they've processed all that, and their brain is so good that they know all that information like in a snap without having to like think about it. And then they're going to sit there and write for you, or give you ideas and give you like, hey, I need some headline ideas. Or tell me like what's a pain point that my audience has right now. It's boom, 10 ideas back to you in a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, let's go. When you teased me with it, I was like, okay, this is good. Cause I already know like what this technology looks like. And for the person that has never seen it before, this is now. So let me turn on screen share here. That way you can kind of walk us through what we need to be using here to better position ourselves through language, really.
That's it. Clearly, you and I struggle with that. We're trying to articulate right now.
I know, right? Not my forte.
Well, that's the cool thing too, is when you write words, it's not just for written stuff. Like you can turn it into videos, you can turn it into graphics. The right words are the core of everything you do with your marketing. So for you, video creation, live streaming, you could use this to craft out the messaging for your video.
Yeah.
So let's look here. This is a tool called CopyAI, and this is the one that I actually got a chance to meet the founders, and I really love what they're doing here. They were one of the first ones to start to put things together, and they built all these tools to help us write better words. And so this is, to me, the best value for your money on the market with what you get here. Unlimited copywriting. They've got all these tools to help you. The challenge then is figuring out how to use it. So let's just play around. They literally call this a playground, which I love because that's the spirit and the mentality you have to have here. So we could just try typing in any kind of business. We were talking beforehand about some ideas. I mean, anything off the top of your head you want to try punching into this and see what it writes?
Yeah, I want to try this best air fryer for anybody that's a cook, like being how to sell like an air fryer machine. I know I have one downstairs and I don't use it. Maybe I would use it if I actually knew like how cool it was or how powerful it was or like what it could actually cook because I just don't ever use it. So
Perfect.
see if we get something like that.
So what I might do then, since I don't know anything about air fryers, I might go to like Amazon and just find anything. This is like another good way to like, if you don't know how to say, or like, if you don't know how to sell what your thing is, whether you're doing coaching, like something abstract, like relationship coaching or a business development, or you make websites, like go find someone who's already selling it well and kind of just get some ideas from how they do it. So I could just literally, we just take something like this. Let's call it the digital air fryer. And I'm going to paste that in as the product name. That's all you need is just a quick product name or describe like what your business name is or the product that you're trying to sell is. And then we might just go ahead and say, I mean, we could literally just pop this in there. So compact hot air fryer oven. So this is all I'm going to give it, right? I don't know anything about it. I'm just telling it basic things that it does. Let's see how it can help us describe this product. I'm going to click create. So
That was fast.
Yeah, in a few seconds, it gave us all these outputs, and we can create unlimited, make more. There's a lot you can do here, but just in a few seconds, we're gonna get all this stuff. So let's just read a little bit of this. Save more space and energy by using digital air fryers, an alternative to conventional fryers, ovens, or look how much it knows in just the first sentence.
Yeah.
It's already positioning it as a better option and some of the benefits compared to other ways of frying. Starts to mention some of the key features. Perfect for those who love fried or oily food, but want to cut back on the fat and calories. Did we say anything about that here?
Nope.
So that's what I'm saying. It knows the selling points of your product without you typing anything about it.
I skipped ahead and I started reading the second one. I really like that one too.
The most functional and perfect kitchen appliance for kitchens of any size. Save time and money with this compact air fryer as you prepare foods like crispy fried chicken, roasted vegetables, breaded fish, fillets, fries. I mean, that just sounds like my mouth is watering reading that.
Yeah, like I actually want to go use my air fryer now because I feel like I can make crispy fried chicken.
So what it does, usually the first output here is it's going to be the closest to what you typed in. So they kind of rank it based on like how similar it is to what you described. So usually the first one's not going to be the best because it's kind of just reiterating what you already said. But as you look down, you're going to get some different angles and creative ideas. And what I found too from copywriting experts is they're like, yeah, there's a lot of tools out there that help you with the frameworks and you kind of like punch in all these variables and it kind of like, it just rephrases it for you or structures it. What this does, this tool is actually writing from scratch. It's based on 175 billion parameters of like, it's hard to explain it, but it's a lot of knobs that it's turning and it's trying to create the best messaging for you based on what it knows about everything. So it's writing words from scratch and then it's going to give you, so some people are like, my brand's not called GoWise USA. And, maybe these numbers aren't correct, but it's kind of just giving you stuff that you could then go in and tweak.
Mm-hmm.
So it's giving you like an amazing first draft. That's like, here's a bunch of ideas, do something with it. Your job is to then go find the one, like this one is pretty much perfect out of the box, right?
Yep.
Like you could just copy that.
Oh, and give you synonyms there too?
That's Grammarly, so that's a different.
Oh, okay.
I should probably turn that off because it's kind of confusing. Let me try to turn that off. Let's see if I could. I'll just remove that for now. All right. Sorry, Grammarly. They are working on some Chrome extensions that will do some similar stuff, but yeah.
Okay.
So it's giving you all this good stuff here, right? Just in one click. It over as a smart multifunction. So that's one thing. All right. So you could click, what you could do then is like save it. You can make more. So if you want something kind of like that, you could click make more.
Oh, wow.
And then it's going to add stuff below. So it'll take that message that it just gave you and then start to kind of tweak that. It's a perfect small appliance for any household, from crispy flavored to fried favorites. It's easy to use and requires less oil. The digital air fryer cooks up crispy foods all day long. It's compact size. It's great for kitchens of any size. Cook up your favorite, like crispy. So it kind of give you something similar, right?
Yeah, maybe I did pick the wrong one because I haven't eaten lunch yet. Now I'm really, really hungry.
So that's one.
Cool.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? Your initial thoughts on that?
Time saving. Like if I was to try to create like even like the sales, initial sales thing that we just pulled off of Amazon to title it, or that quick little phrase. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that section right there. Like these would make me click on it. And I know like as a consumer, I would click on it. So for it to spit back something out that fast and that captivating for an audience, that's and like neither one of us know about air fryers. Like I would use that, like even if I was, trying to assist someone in creating sales copy, I was like, hey, try this and see how this works. And I'm sure like they would be like, yo, that's awesome. And it didn't take that long to do,
Boom. I mean, immediately you're already moving into, so what happens then is like your mind is like, whoa, this is exciting. So what do we do with that? What I often do is I'll start here. I'll try to describe my thing. I usually just do like caveman language here. Like it does this and that, and it is for this person, right? So if you actually start typing in, like this is for, retired vets or it's for, if you've gotten more niche down, like it's for families in Austin, Texas, like it'll actually pull up context that's more relevant to your specific audience.
Wow.
So it'll pull in even unique things about like the pride, like Texas pride, right? So that you can start to play around with different variables. So what you type in here is going to really matter, and it's going to give you specific outcomes. So what it's giving me right now is like kind of generic, like, yeah, it's just about a product, right? Mm-hmm. And I could go ahead and roll with that for now. So let's take that one. I'm going to punch it in and use something that's a little bit more rich. We liked that description. And you could use that. I would go ahead and open up a doc. You can go to doc.new and just start pasting in some ideas. Start getting like a working document of just some different, angles and messaging that you can paste it into. But you could then start to play with different tools. So I would look at even like landing page hero text. You could just, if you want to get a headline for your website, you could just punch in what we just wrote there, the description that it gave us, the product name, the best-selling hot air fryer. The more you air fry it, the more you love it. Cooking is easy and delicious with this air fryer. All these different messaging angles, right?
Yeah. Because that's one of the hardest parts for me. Is like, if I know how to start it, I know kind of how I can, word some things to follow it. So, this would get me out of my head a whole lot.
So let's just say we did like a healthy alternative to frying or something. So you can start writing headlines, and these can be used. So you're gonna. What I tell my clients to do is just start putting ideas on a document, and you could use these in a bunch of different places. This could be email headlines. It could be website bullet points. It could be like different headlines. If you're scrolling on a website, it could be different parts of the website. Just stuff you could use. You could use subheader text.
I saw what you were doing and it didn't even resonate until just now. So under the website copy, it has landing page hero text. It has subheader text. So it's telling you what to put in the order to put it in. Like you don't have to figure out, oh, this should go in the paragraph somewhere. No, like it's giving you the actual section. I missed that. I saw you click over there, but I missed that. Wow.
They just create tools. So what they do, they train these tools, and how it works on the back end And so CopyAI just got 3 million in funding. They had just started in October of 2020, and now within
Wow.
6 months or so, they've got over 100,000 users. They're making it's $1 million company already. They just raised capital from like all these amazing investors around the planet, and they just hired a team of developers. So this is like version 1 of the product. Within a month or two, they're going to be rolling out a new interface. They're working on like how to streamline this process to make it even easier for you. And they're training these tools to give you the best output for what you're trying to do. So if you're trying to write, a headline, what it's done is they've programmed in, the highest performing headlines on the internet, and they've trained this tool to write similar kind of headlines. But then what it does is it applies it to your unique business. So we're writing headlines for air fryers right now, but you could easily turn this into, again, a real estate agent. So I had a client that's a real estate agent who actually trains other real estate agents how to use Facebook ads to attract leads.
Okay.
So we punched that in and just described it really briefly. And again, within a few minutes of talking to him, we had all these amazing angles and sales copy ideas. And his jaw was on the floor. And every client, I've had clients that are like into energy healing and like coaching, and we take what one lady struggled for years to explain what she does and why it matters and how she, what this means to her clientele. And within 20 minutes, she's like, we had an entire document of amazing sales copy that she was like, holy cow, I've been trying for 4 years to explain what I do, and I've never been able to do it. And within 20 minutes, we had bullet points of like all the pain points of her customers, the benefits of working with her process, her unique angle, like why this matters. So that's the process we're looking at here, is going through and playing with these tools. So again, subheader, we can go grab some interesting angles. The ones that I like most, and there's a lot of different things you could do here. We can't get into all of it today. This is what I encourage any of you watching right now that want to try this out. You can get a free trial. You can play around with it for yourself. But just understand what's happening behind the scenes is you're going to have to learn how to communicate with it to get what you want. And that's where like the description here, you're going to have to experiment a little bit with your unique industry and try type it in. So what I've done is I'll go to websites of competitors or people who have already explained what I do pretty well. And I'll just paste in here how they describe themselves. Cause you find someone who's described a thing really well. You punch it in here, it's not going to just give you the same thing back. You're going to get unique original copy, but you're giving it the right input that's going to get you closer to what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not plagiarizing, and that's important, right? We're not trying to copy. We're already kind of doing that. If you think about it, everyone's already just scanning other people's websites and writing something really similar. This tool is it's going to give you original copy that's not plagiarized. You're just looking for the best input here to get the output that you want.
Yeah.
So let me look here. This is where it gets really magical to me. I think these tools here, the sales copy tools, this is the best way to start structuring. It's going to teach you how to position your product or service in a way that is perceived as highly valuable to your audience, and it gets their interest. And you can use some of the outputs you get from these tools are going to help you write headlines, create videos, whatever it is. So if I just click on the pain agitate solution, all right, we put in the same inputs here, product name, description, and it's going to now structure the output in a way that positions it as identifying a pain point of their audience, digging in a little bit more to the needs that they have, and then positioning your product as a solution. So here we go. Same input. Output here is cooking with oil is time consuming and messy, and of course, not so healthy for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they just nailed it right there with the main pain point. The best fried food is cooked in a pan on the stove, but that's a pain to heat up. So they're digging it a little bit. That's a pain to heat up, a skillet monitoring and the frying. So they just made up a company name. They're ABT. We have the solution, right? So you just change that to we have the solution. We offer a compact hot air fryers that can make all your favorite foods without oil. Check out our selection. So they're pitching it for you right here.
Mm-hmm.
So what I usually would do with something like this is I'll look through and like find pain points. So I'll copy that and say like the problem. And I'll just start, maybe I'll do writing those out. So I might go in and just grab a couple of these lines here. And now you've got literally bullet points.
Yeah.
Or a video or a presentation or a sales page.
Because I'm thinking about some of the PowerPoints I do, slides, and I try to hit the pain points up front and just putting it in CopyAI, grabbing pain points that are proven pain points, and I don't have to think about how to structure this. I think I'm going to use this in an upcoming class I have to teach, Andrew.
You should. I mean, I'm telling you this, you can make money using this for clients, using it for your own business, teaching it, making training programs and courses, or just, to me, it's teaching you to be a good copywriter really quickly.
Yeah.
So
look, it's not going to teach me. It's going to do it for me. I'm not.
It gets you like 90% of the way there. And then you become more of an editor. It's like having a team of copywriters. Be like, ever watched Mad Men?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you have like a whole agency of copywriters sitting around all day, pounding coffee, after their lifetime of studying this stuff, and they're taking your business. Like, you just hand them, like, here you go, guys, come back to me next week with, 20 ideas on how I could position this or different creative marketing angles. And they come back to you and give you all this stuff here. And now you are the Don Draper. You are the creative director, and you get to look at it and say, all right, what's really going to resonate with my audience? Because someone has to make the decision here. You're getting all these ideas. You then have to edit it, and you have to say, all right, we're going to go with this.
Yeah.
So like, I'm going to take all these pain points and say, great, I've got pain points. And then, so that's all, not, you can sit there for a little bit, but no one likes to sit on pain points all day. So then I would go into the feature advantage benefit. And this one's just magic. We click on this one, and it's going to give you a more positive angle.
This is blowing me away with all the subcategories that you can create from.
Yes. And then the more you play with it, the more you're like, holy cow, like, this is just so gold. And what's fun too, is we've had clients, people I've recommended this to, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm making my product better because it's giving me, you run it through this, like, it's telling you it's got a touch screen for a simple and easy operation. Maybe it doesn't, but maybe that's an idea you could pull from.
Exactly. I saw the one word that said fiddle. I was like, I haven't used it and seen that word. Like, you wouldn't think AI would use some of the words that we may just use in conversation, but like, it's really good. I've seen some AI tools. I've looked at some of these before that they more so just give you an idea where, the context is off or it's just bad. But like, when I'm reading these look like really, really good that I can just literally copy and paste.
Yeah. I mean, you write out, again, you could do the obvious thing to me is like a sales page, because that's where most people make their money. But when it comes to then marketing, you have all these points for like social posts. You could take you could take one of these points and spin it into an email or a social post. So let's try doing that. Right. So we have all these benefits now. So what you might do is take something like that. Or here's another one. You could look at these AI DA. So if you want to write an email, maybe you want to write an email to let people know about this digital air fryer. We could create, and it's going to do it in a structure that's attention, interest, desire, action, which is a great structure for writing a good email.
Yeah.
So the hot air fryer's oven can make any type of food healthier. Lets you choose what type of heat, desire. Healthy fried foods are no longer off limits. I mean, that's a great, holy cow. Like, that's a good headline for a website or something. And you can get the same crispy taste and texture as deep frying without using oil. I mean, just again, I use these frameworks to pull out ideas because there's so much gold in here that I could use in so many places.
Yeah. And when you said for social posts, I'm even thinking like Instagram, or like some of the shorter ones, you just take that verbiage and you put it on the image of the product, or, the image of what it is that you're doing. And it's boom, it's going to get some results and some attention.
Yeah. The attention right there. Right. So our, again, you just change that a little bit. You're not the hot air fryer's oven, but our air fryers can make any type of food. Right. So you just take that. So again, I'm just saying, like, attention, headlines. Yep. So you could write out 30 days of social content here, grab a photo of your product or service, drop a comment like that in the description of your post. This line right here is really good. Fried foods are no longer off. But then it, as you read through it, you're like, oh, that's a good call to action at the end, right? So sign up here to find out more, or click here to learn more. So it uses 80% less fat. Again, you'll have to check for like stats and everything and maybe clean up before you use it.
I'm almost thinking like infomercials, how infomercials are structured. They show you so many, pain points, and then they show you so many benefits. And sometimes I know I get stuck where like I don't remember to share all the benefits of what I'm doing or can provide for someone, but like you stick them in here, it can get your mind going like, oh, there's this other thing that I do offer that I just forgot to mention. So I definitely can see myself using this a lot.
Just immediate ideas. And that's the thing, is you went from nothing, like I knew nothing about this product. So I do this for my clients too. I initially found this tool because I started a digital marketing agency. So I'm juggling several clients and I don't really know anything about their business. It stems from just a total, like my clients are all over the place, right? So I don't really know about their business. So I tested this out. I'm like, I wonder if I can create really good marketing messaging for them without knowing anything about their business. Mm-hmm. And so I ran it by someone who has they're annuity consultants, like in the financial space. And like, I know nothing about this. And so I took just one paragraph from their website. I put their company name. I took the paragraph that they use to describe themselves, which I didn't even understand. It had even like jargon and like acronyms that I didn't know anything about. I dropped it in here and it gave me like all this good stuff. And I ran it by her. And like, first off, I understood her business more because I read through and like, oh, I get it. Like, okay, that makes sense. Wow. Okay. So I understand her business more. Secondly, I wanted to verify that it was good. So I ran it by her and I gave her a document with like 30 or 40 things like this. And she went through and I'm like, just let me know if there's anything in here that's good. I don't know. If 10% of it's good, then we can roll with that. She found like one or two things. She's like, yeah, that's not quite it. Everything else, she was like, this is gold. This is amazing.
You sound like the genius to her. Like, how did you know all of this about my business that I've been in for decades?
Yes. And that's the thing, is like, we're all in our own heads and we have our own like rigid way of thinking about our business. Like, it's hard. The hardest thing to do is sell yourself, because you like know too much and you overthink it, or you get set in your own ways. So what this does, it'll help you get out of that and look at the same problem from 20, 30 different angles that you had never thought about. I ran it by Will Irish, Will. Mm-hmm. And he's a professional like copywriter for Facebook advertising, and even his own business. We were just trying it for his business. Like, how do you sell Facebook advertising services? We ran it through some of these frameworks, and he was like, in 20 years of selling advertising and marketing services, I never thought of positioning it in that way or that way. And we just went through in a few minutes and he's like, whoa, this just gave me all these new creative angles to sell what I do, and not in a slimy or scammy way, but in a way that will connect more and speak more clearly to my audience so they understand what I'm doing here and the value that it has for them in their life.
Yeah, my business coach, he works with people that are struggling to clarify their message. What do you do? Why do you do it? Who do you do it for? And he asks these clarity questions. And when people are stuck, I could easily see them getting clarity by just putting in what they think they do, the key words that they do to help frame, and they have a message where they can go to, this is what I do, this is who I do it for, because it's hitting the pain points. It's giving the solutions. It's giving you the answers to the test, like I like to say.
Yeah, that's perfectly said. And this one's fun too. The problem, promise, proof, proposal. Again, like your sales page structure, your video content is like, I could easily see this turning into a great YouTube video. So you could pop in. It doesn't have to be like just general stuff about your product. You could describe a specific thing in your business that you want to talk about. So maybe you want to talk about a specific feature of air frying, or you talk about an example or a story that you had success. So describing your product, you can keep that kind of vague. So what I might do for you, Monty, is like if you're trying to pitch your YouTube marketing course, you could go in and describe a specific part of your course, right? And then make a video specifically around that pain point.
Oh man, I know where you're going.
Well, where am I going? Because where are you going?
I'm like, I have recorded so much content where there's certain sections that I know are really, really good. And if I take that, transcribe it and put it in here, like I think I could even make it better and have that on the sales page, because I know it's a really good piece of content.
Yeah.
I know that I can expand on it because either the audience or customers have given me really positive feedback on it, versus trying to put out parts of it that I think may be good, where it's literally going to help me. I'm thinking about creating scripts for my YouTube channel where sometimes I get stuck in certain parts of it where I could just speak to, type in some of the parts I really want to hit on, but this can expand that out even more.
Yes.
Like the benefits of live streaming that I totally forgot to say, where I could put it in here. I'm like, okay, well, this is my video script that I'm just going to read from, because it's going to give me more for my video content as well. Like, oh boy, can we wrap this up and all start our trial versions right now?
That's the thing is if you're watching this right now, your mind is probably like Monty's, where you're running with ideas. Now you have to actually put into action. So the best thing you can do is try it out for yourself, get the free trial, punch in your stuff, and then experiment with these tools and start to look at this and not just like a one and done thing. Because I think that's where you're starting to see like, yeah, cool. So I can use this once and make my site look better. Where this is really valuable is when you are going to start showing up more consistently online, and you don't want to just say the same thing every day. You want to stay on your topic, but then dive deeper into the pain point of your customers, the value that you're providing for them, and position it in different ways, create different videos and angles. And these kind of tools are going to help you start to dig in deeper, understand your audience more clearly, and be more interesting. Because we struggle to be more interesting to our audience. And maybe the way you were positioning it wasn't interesting to them. So now you can try all these different ideas and see what works best for your audience.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to give me some feedback on how you're using it, because I'm going to share it with my community. I know, because we've actually talked about AI about 3-4 weeks ago and starting to look into this more. And one of the main reasons was from a time perspective, because everybody's busy, and unless you are sitting there typing up stuff all day, then it. But even then, like, I know people have bought the courses for the framework, but like you said, you still have to do it. And when you can just plug in keywords or key phrases and let technology do it for you, it saves a lot of time, and it's probably going to do it better than what we can do as well. So I already know what too many different ways I can start to use this. And just like you work with clients, I work with them as well. And being able to give them something to speed up that process on clarifying your message. Is this what you're actually talking about? Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, now we can move on to the next part of this. And all the subtitles, that's really what got me. All those little sub panels, like headlines and Facebook ads, and Instagram and YouTube and blogs, websites. I'm thinking Google My Business, because even that's like a social media platform that people don't really tap too much in, and keywords and, oh my gosh, hyperlinks. I'm thinking,
it's well worth the money. That's the thing, is this should be a tool that makes you a lot of money. So it shouldn't be painful to pay for it, right? It's like, use this to your advantage and understand it, be ahead of the curve, because this is going to be commonplace going forward. But the real profit is going to come from learning how to use it and then integrating it into your daily workflow, and just start to really leverage the power that we have at our fingertips right now and put it into action. It could just sit there. You could sit there clicking the button all day and be like, all right, cool. But if you don't do something with it, it's not going to make a difference for you. So you have to take it and then run with it, right? Get your message out there, market, commit, create a plan. Like, I would challenge yourself to do 30 days of posts and use this as your way to generate the ideas and the content and see what happens in your business, see what transforms in 30 days, how you start to show up as a leader in your space, how you start to connect more deeply with your audience and the conversations that can come from this, right? This is just a starting point to engage with your audience, to get their attention, to move them into your world and help them solve problems that they have.
Yeah, you hit it right there. I think I'm just thinking, like, even at its simplest form, if I took one phrase, put it on a Facebook post just to see how much engagement would happen from this versus me putting up what I think is going to work. I am definitely going to do that test. I love to test this stuff out and see the results of it. But I can already tell, like, this is what I've been waiting for personally. So I'll be a little bit selfish because writing for sales pages and copy has always been something that's been difficult for me. But like when you showed this to me and we just picked random examples just for the sake of like just showing how versed this platform really can be, I can't wait to dig into it because I know, like you said, real estate agents, I know
Everybody.
yeah, like everybody, every industry. There's going to be a link below this video, guys, for you to sign up for your free trial, test it out, leave a comment. How is it working for you? Maybe you're in an industry and you don't know if it'll work or not. Try it out. I'm going to link to all of Andrew's websites information so you can reach out to him as well directly. He knows the people behind this technology that's working on it. So I appreciate you for showing this off, Andrew. What else you got for us, man?
That's all for now. I think there's going to be a lot more coming, right? This is a topic we got to dive into more deeply and find those use cases. I'm working on creating workflows. So teaching my step-by-step process, which of these tools I like to use to get the outcome that I want. So yeah, it's just the beginning. No one's an expert at this right now. The key is if you see this solving a pain point for you, if you're trying to get your message out there, use this. And again, you got to challenge yourself to put it into action and have fun with it. It's a playground. Don't take it too seriously or stress over it too much. If there's grammar mistakes or if it's saying weird stuff, just roll with it. Have fun with it. Pull out the golden nuggets and then put into action.
Yeah. I know I'm going to play in the playground. Cool. Nice. Well, appreciate you, Andrew, for sharing this. And we'll definitely do some updates too, because as like you said, they just came out with this late 2020. So this is early on. So I can't even imagine how advanced this will become and how many more use cases we can start to see this for. So we'll definitely stay in contact to see what all we can do with this awesome platform. Thank you for bringing this to my attention for sure. So if you guys haven't already, check the description, get signed up for your 7-day free trial. I believe it is at this time of this video. Yeah. And that way you guys can start to work with CopyAI. See you guys in the next video.